Hi everyone. Today we will be going to tackle about the planning specifics for hospitality and tourism property. As the industry possesses a lot of opportunities for leisure and recreation with different technological advances, not to mention transport and communication, there had been a lot of changes within the greater tourism and hospitality industry. Similarly, there had been a lot of diverse design practices that vary specific for each type. Resort had been different planning requirements compared to city hotels. Spas and recreational facilities would have another. Therefore, we should be able to address the needs of this type of specialized facilities. At the end of the chapter, the student will able to identify the differentiate the specific requirements in building facilities for hospitality and tourism, and explain the importance of area-specific planning in hospitality tourism. Influence on development. The successful development of hospitality and tourism facilities usually depend on a lot of factors, many of which can be grouped according to the following. First is the marketing. This aspect usually possesses what the demand wants. For us to plan a specific establishment, there should be an increasing and satisfied demand for this type of facility. Second, economics. With this aspect lay down the state of the economy and some financial endorsement constraint which may favor or restrict the investment activity. Third is location. This aspect lay down whether there are appropriate sites for the development coupled with adequate infrastructural service and opportunities. Fourth is enterprises. This aspect refers to the correct interpretation of the different requirements needed for development and entrepreneurial organization needed for the necessary finance and expertise. Last is planning and design. This is technical side that focus on creating an attractive facility that will satisfy the marketing, functional, and financial criteria. Next is Hotelier Academy 2020. Suggests several things that planners and developers will need to consider if designing accommodation and establishment. First is storytelling. This design concept right now, architects study design and decode the entire concept of hotel development through storytelling as a form of themed development. Telling the story of the property give the owner and guest an idea of the hotel concept, which then becomes the cornerstone of the hotel building, literally and metaphorically. The second, the design and connection to external element. It also important to highlight the consider the climatic condition of the hotel locations. This greatly impact the section of the hotel outer environment, its connection to the interior design, as well as the guest experience.
Good morning, everyone. I'm the second reporter. The hotel first impression. It is very important for our architect to establish the hotel's design concept within the first 7 seconds. A guest enters the vicinity, starting from the hotel entrance, which is comparable to a house's front yard, and usually to the hotel's reception table. The architect should know that these parts are the most important areas to establish a pleasant connection with a guest. The entrance should always showcase a good image to the guest, as it is the place where he or she transitions from the outside to the inside of the hotel. The hotel first impression sets the tone for the entire guest experience. It encompasses factors like the exterior appearance, lobby ambience, staff friendliness, and cleanliness. The guest room. The guest room is the most important place in a hotel for a tired guest. An architect should properly configure the function of the room and then divide it into different smart zones that should not stress and get the guest. It should always be remembered that the guest experience is what directs the transformation of the narrative into a comprehensive floor plan where textures, materials, lighting, and color come together and create the best integrated experience. The guest room is directly impact guest satisfaction. Factors such as cleanliness, comfort, layout, and amenities play a significant role. The guest and his or her experience. Cornell 2020 discussed that any hospitality and tourism establishment should always design its facilities for the comfort of their guests. This is why both aesthetic and functional needs should be addressed. It should be a place conducive for relaxation, entertainment, fun, socialization, and gastronomic. As this is a myriad of different needs, wants, and priorities, an architect should study a guest's habits, how he or she should be addressed within the confines of the hotel, and how all of this will be transformed into a meaningful, unique, and unforgettable experience. The guest and his or her experience is shaped by various factors including interaction with staff, the quality of amenities, cleanliness, and overall ambience. It's about making guests feel welcome, valued, and attended to throughout their stay. The hotel common areas. The hotel's activity areas attract socialization for both the guests and its employees. The lounge, restaurant area, breakfast station, and pool area are essential parts of hotel development, as these areas perform a big role in the socializing of hotel occupants with locals. They should be lively. Breakfast station and pool area are essential parts of hotel development, as these areas perform a big role in the socializing of hotel occupants with locals. They should be lively, fun, and provide significant benefits to the guest experience and the property's overall revenue through the different outlet sales. The hotel common areas, such as the lobby, dining areas, and recreational spaces, serve as social hubs and extensions of the guest experience. They should be well maintained, inviting and reflected of the hotel's overall ambience and style. Planning specifics for restaurants and other food service establishments. Caroso 2017 discussed in an article the different planning specification needed by a planner or architect in designing restaurant. The first one is the facade is very important. The entrance to a restaurant is very important. Remember that guests will start coming to the restaurant once they recognize the restaurant, and a good facade makes up a large portion of recognizability for a nice facade, with architect needs to make the design catchy and unique, with the restaurant's name bold enough to be readable and stand out from afar. The facade is very important because it's the first thing guests see when arriving. It should convey the hotel's identity, whether it's modern, traditional, luxurious, or boutique. Keep an eye on your target clients. When planning a restaurant design, it is best to fine-tune the requirements with the target guest. Different markets will have different tastes and feelings toward designs presented to them. He or she should use bold and bright colors, funky furniture, different wall art, and posters or bar corners to spice up the guest experience. Keep an eye on your target client. Understanding the target client is essential for a hotel to tailor its services and amenities effectively. By knowing their preferences, demographics, and needs, the hotel can provide personal experience. Understanding the target client is essential for a hotel to tailor its services and amenities effectively. By knowing their preferences, demographics, and needs, the hotel can provide personal experience that resonate with the target audience, leading to increased satisfaction and loyalty. Choosing the right light. Lights are a vital part of restaurant design. They can enhance the furniture, hide some flaws, and appeal to restaurant guests. Using appropriate lights can alter the total face of the restaurant. A table filled with a pole of proper light in a semi-dark area can change and make wonders in paving an intimate atmosphere. On the other hand, if one is aiming for a funky feel, the reason lights are a good choice. Choosing the right light is crucial as it can greatly influence the ambience and mood of the space. Utilizing a combination of natural light, ambient lighting, task lighting, and accent lighting can create a balanced and inviting environment. Selecting your colors well. Psychologists often refer to color as having a significant impact on people's brains, impacting their decision-making process. Using the right color scheme can assist in developing a visually appealing place. Some colors may make a space appear wider and spacious. Family restaurants often choose pastels, while bars and pubs typically go for vibrant colors. This is why colors the architect will use should be in consonance with the theme of the restaurant and the target clientele. Selecting your colors wheel is important in creating a cohesive and appealing hotel environment. Considerations include the hotel's branding, the desired atmosphere of each space, and psychological effects of colors on mood.
Choosing the right light. Lights are a vital part of restaurant design. They can enhance the furniture, hide some flaws, and appeal to restaurant guests. Using appropriate lights can alter the total face of the restaurant. A table filled with a pool of proper light and semi-dark area can change them and make wonders in paving an intimate atmosphere. On the other hand, if one is aiming for a funky feel, the reason lights are a good choice. So we all know that lights is very important in the restaurant because it gives the customer satisfaction and it makes the restaurant have a good ambience. Next is selecting your colors wheel. Psychologists often refer to color as having significant impact on people's brains, impacting the decision-making process. Using the right color scheme can assist in developing visual appealing place. Some colors may make a space appear wider and spacious. Family restaurants often choose pastels, while bars and pubs typically go for vibrant colors. This is why colors the architect should be in consonance with the theme of restaurant and the target clientele. So parang yun na is color is very important because it gives satisfaction sa customers. Para ma-amaze sila during their stay. Then next is use a selection or tables. Even tables need to be blended in the design mix. To do this, check the target clientele. Usually, one needs to mix up 2, 4, or 6 top tables heading to different restaurant designs. Consider the needs, privacy, and demands of every customer and rearrange the tables appropriately. Make sure that the restaurant layout allows residents and guests to move freely, especially when walking and passing by. So, for the tables, so each guest is na sila pwede sila mangitag ka ng ginahan nila nga table. Then, next is establishing a clear layout. The architect should be able to create a visual path for the guest while planning the layout of restaurant. Preparing the proper design would ensure that the plots are effective and properly distributed among the different sections of the restaurant. For example, the washroom and the kitchen should not be the same size. Thus, professionals should be consulted when deciding the layout of the restaurant and finalizing the plan. So, very important kayo ning layout sa restaurant because diri may buan kung unsa ka kadako ng every layout. Mga sukod sa tanan-tanan sa part sa restaurant. And so, dapat kaning layout is kanang sakto ni siya pagka forma or butang kay maura ba niya ang kinahanglan tan-awon sa guest during musud sila sa restaurant. Selecting good music. Music is very important in designing a restaurant. It appeals not only to our ears but to all senses. Take into consideration the theme of the restaurant when deciding on the type of music to play. Research the different types of music and their effect on the behavior of the guests. For example, rock music will increase the appetite of customer or guests of somehow make them eat faster. Meanwhile, classical music will prompt the stomach to calm down and make the food seem more refined. So, selecting good music is very important sa restaurant because pwede siya makagana sa kaon sa customer. So, depende sa customer if unsa yung ganahan nga music para ma-enjoy nila ang food. Next is taking care of your restaurant. For some reason, restaurant designers do not usually look at restrooms. However, it is very critical for an architect to design the restroom as a part of the restaurant. In-house, the restroom is usually maintained because it is a public room for guests. The same concept applies to a restaurant. If a guest enters the restroom and walks into a puddle of urine, or if your washroom smells like public toilet, it will destroy the good image that is being developed by the facade and other public areas. So, dapat well managed yun ang inyong restaurant. So, important kayo nga imo yung damon, i-maintain mo ang cleanliness para ma-satisfied ang guests during their stay. So, that's all. Thank you.